When God provided Noah with dimensions for the ark, he specified that it should be 300 cubits in length, 50 cubits in width, and 30 cubits in height. In today's context, the ark would measure 510 feet in length, roughly equal to the length of 3 Olympic-sized swimming pools. Its roof rose over 50 feet above the ground, surpassing the height of a modern 4-story building. Additionally, its storage capacity was equivalent to about 450 standard semi-trailers. This prompts many to wonder, how was Noah able to build such a gigantic and sophisticated ark using merely simple tools? Many people assume that ancient civilizations before the Great Flood lacked the capability to design and construct complex structures like the ark. Where is this leading? Consider that over 1,600 years post-creation, when Noah constructed the ark, his society had already made significant technological strides. While the Bible does not detail the extent of their technological sophistication, it does mention their expertise in metalworking. This skill strongly implies that they were adept at working with other materials, such as stone and wood, for construction purposes. True enough, as time has passed, we've discovered megalithic structures which would demonstrate just how sophisticated these pre-flood civilizations were. Sage Wall. Our first ancient megastructure was located in the remote mountainous terrain of Montana, USA, now known as the Sage Wall. This extraordinary wall is made up of a series of large cyclopean granite blocks and polygonally shaped stones that stretch down the slope of the mountain. It spans 84 meters in length and reaches a height of 7.5 meters, with the heaviest block in the structure weighing 91 tons. This remarkable site has remained hidden from public view, nestled among 400-year-old pines on private land. For many years, the landowners were unaware of its existence, as it lay concealed beneath layers of fallen trees and thick undergrowth, potentially for hundreds or even thousands of years. As expected, experts argue that this formation is nothing but the result of natural geological processes. According to their account, as magma rises, it infiltrates cracks in the existing bedrock. Upon cooling and solidifying, it forms structures resembling walls, akin to what is seen at the Sage Wall. Over the years, erosion shapes these formations, creating the observable cracks and fissures in the stone. However, a contrasting viewpoint has emerged, claiming that the Sage Wall is not naturally formed. This argument was supported by Dr. Samir Osmanagic, a distinguished authority on megalithic and pyramid sites globally. After his visit to the site, he became the first independent international expert to declare that the structures were intentionally designed. Upon close inspection, it's evident that these stones are aligned with remarkable precision, and the cracks and fissures in the boulders do not extend from one block to another. This meticulous arrangement gives the impression that the stones were intentionally stacked and assembled like pieces of a puzzle. The exact alignment of this massive wall, with the winter solstice sun path and the cardinal north-south directions, strongly suggests intentional design. Moreover, its remarkable similarity to the mysterious polygonal stonework seen across different continents and oceans links it to a broader architectural tradition. This construction style is reminiscent of the grand megalithic walls scattered across Peru and South America. Although the identities of the builders and the precise timeline of construction are still unclear, the significant damage observed at these sites indicates they were probably destroyed by cataclysmic tidal waves around 12,000 years ago, at the end of the last ice age. This finding adds to the growing body of evidence that pre-Diluvian civilizations had the capability to shape, transport, and arrange massive granite blocks. Gornaya Sharia megaliths. Our next ancient megastructures have been discovered in the remote Sharia mountains of southern Siberia, which have been concealed for thousands of years. This significant find was made by Grigory Sidorov and his team of explorers during an expedition to Gornaya Sharia, a majestic mountain soaring 3,600 feet above sea level. During their expedition, the team discovered mysterious megalithic structures made up of granite stone blocks. These blocks, seemingly carved from granite, featured flat surfaces and sharp, precise angles. Remarkably, they weighed an estimated 3,000 to 4,000 tons each, possibly making them the heaviest megalithic stones ever found. This extraordinary find is celebrated for its potential to revolutionize our understanding of ancient human engineering. These structures have prompted some experts to speculate that they could be the remnants of an advanced civilization. The stones in these structures are remarkably large, each about 20 meters long, 5 to 7 meters tall, and weighing over 1,000 tons. Sidorov's research indicates that these structures date back approximately 100,000 years, dramatically extending the timeline of human architectural activity by tens of thousands of years. This discovery is not only surprising, it's groundbreaking. This strongly supports the hypothesis that an advanced civilization possessing sophisticated skills and knowledge thrived in a pre-flood era, predating the widely accepted historical timelines. However, as with any contentious theory, not all experts agree on the man-made origin of these structures. Some attribute the formations in Gornaya, Sharia to natural geological processes, proposing that they are the product of severe weathering. However, several compelling indications suggest that the megaliths are more than mere natural formations. The deliberate arrangement of the granite rocks points to intentional architectural planning, far exceeding the random assemblies of typical natural processes. The precision with which these rocks are stacked, forming structures nearly 140 feet high, naturally raises questions about their origins and the sophisticated techniques that may have been employed in their construction. Yet the puzzle of how such large stones were carved, transported, and assembled in difficult terrain continues to perplex experts. Longu Caves. In June 1994, 4 farmers in Longu, Zhejiang Province, China, made an astonishing discovery at Fengwang Hill, a series of 24 vast man-made caverns now known as the Longu Caves. So extraordinary are these structures that some consider them the 9th wonder of the ancient world. Each of these mysterious caves covers more than 1,000 square feet. The 5 large caverns, distinct from each other, range in size from 18 to 34 meters and reach up to 20 meters in height. Each features supporting pillars and uniquely carved shapes, with striking ripple-like imprints marking the walls and ceilings. The most fascinating aspect of these caves is the uniform tool marks on the walls, each angled precisely at 60 degrees. Such consistency suggests the use of advanced machinery or extraordinarily precise manual labor. This leads to intriguing questions. Who built these massive structures, and for what purpose? Addressing these questions baffled scientists, as there are no historical records, inscriptions, tools, or human remains to provide clues. This lack of evidence has fueled a range of theories, suggesting everything from advanced ancient civilizations to extraterrestrial involvement. Observing the site, one would expect to find massive debris or spoil heaps from the excavated materials. Yet, the sheer volume of rock that must have been removed is mysteriously absent, with no trace of it to be found anywhere. Adding to the mystery, the caves were completely filled with water and devoid of any aquatic life when they were first discovered. This unusual condition has sparked speculation that they might be remnants of a cataclysmic flood. The lack of salt residue or sea life inside the caves points to significant environmental transformations over thousands of years. Archaeologists have discovered glazed clay pots within the silt on the cavern floors, dating back to the Western Han Dynasty between 206 BC and AD 23. This suggests that the caves were constructed more than 2,000 years ago. The exact purpose of these caves remains a topic of debate. Possibilities range from their use as ancient quarries, a mausoleum, storage facilities, Taoist sanctuaries, water reservoirs, secret military bases, a royal residence, or a ritual site for offerings to deities and ancestors. Kaimanawa Wall. Hidden within the dense greenery of the Kaimanawa Ranges near Lake Taupo in New Zealand, there is a significant megalithic structure known as the Kaimanawa Wall that has fundamentally challenged prevailing beliefs among Kiwis. This structure, facing north, is made up of smooth, symmetrical stone blocks that align perfectly and end in flat surfaces. The blocks are layered in a precise ascending pattern, creating a stepped appearance. This architectural feature has sparked intense debate about its origins and the implications for understanding New Zealand's prehistoric era. The wall consists of massive stones, each weighing several tons, carved from ignimbrite, a volcanic substance created from compacted sand and ash. What's more intriguing is that the closest source of this material is located approximately 5 kilometers away. This detail prompts questions about the advanced technological capabilities needed to construct such a structure, assuming that it was crafted by human hands. A close examination of the wall reveals features that challenge the notion of it being a natural formation. For example, the wall exhibits a complex geometric alignment with stones intentionally arranged in precise patterns of straight lines and angles, details that are seldom seen in natural formations. This distinct arrangement has prompted speculation that the wall could be a component of a broader, largely subterranean megalithic complex. Significant progress in understanding the origins of these structures was made in 1996, when archaeologist Barry Brailsford published a controversial article. After investigating the site, Brailsford proposed that the stone blocks were not natural formations, but had been meticulously cut and deliberately arranged. He observed that each upper stone featured a consistent bevel extending across the structure, with uniformly beveled edges. Additionally, he noted the structure's precise true north orientation, a detail that seemed too specific to be coincidental, indicating intentional design. This alignment mirrors other ancient structures worldwide, such as the pyramids in Egypt, which also face true north. He highlighted that the visible stones on the front side are uniformly sized, each measuring 1.9 meters in width, 1.6 meters in height, and 1 meter in depth. He proposed that the stone wall dates back at least 2,000 years, attributing its construction to the Waitaha, the first settlers of New Zealand. These people were almost entirely displaced by the Maoris, who arrived approximately 800 years later. Understandably, the notion that civilizations existed in New Zealand before the Maori is not widely embraced by the local Maori community. Traditional historical views hold that New Zealand was among the last major land masses to be settled by humans, with the first Maori settlers arriving around 1300 AD. In response, local archaeologists and anthropologists, hesitant to challenge the established historical narrative, conducted their own investigations. Geologists called to the site determined that the wall is indeed an outcrop of ignimbrite and was formed approximately 330,000 years ago. According to their findings, the distinct block shapes formed as a result of fractures when the ignimbrite cooled. These rocks may also have been displaced by natural events such as earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. Ultimately, the formation was officially classified as a natural rock formation. Despite the official position, dissenting groups continue to assert that the formations are not natural and were created by an ancient civilization much older than what the New Zealand government acknowledges. Imperial Palace Megaliths. Tokyo, a city known for its modernity, might seem an unlikely place to find pre-flood megastructures. Yet one such structure is surprisingly located within the Imperial Palace. Visible to all, yet often overlooked. The palace, which serves as the residence of the Japanese emperor, holds profound historical significance and remains veiled in mystery. The earliest records of the palace date back to 1457 AD, when the formidable warrior Ito Shigetsugu constructed Ito Castle on this site. Interestingly, some believe that the site's foundational structures, including its exterior walls, predated the castle, which might explain why Ito chose this particular location. It's believed that the remains of the older structures were used as foundations for the newer buildings. The structure's foundations are constructed from megalithic blocks arranged in a polygonal style, similar to those seen in the Mediterranean and South America. This indicates that medieval Japan possessed the skills necessary to build megalithic structures. Yet, despite the thorough documentation of architecture and construction methods by medieval Japanese, there is curiously no record of this particular megalithic style in their historical accounts. The megalithic blocks encircling the castle were assembled without the use of mortar, each as large as a person and precisely squared. Moreover, recent excavations have uncovered the use of metal clasps, similar to those found in mysterious structures across Peru, Bolivia, Egypt, and beyond. These clamps, remnants of which are visible in the carved seats on some of the oldest stonework, were employed to anchor the stones securely, maintaining their stability for centuries. This strongly implies that there was an ancient intercontinental exchange of building techniques during the construction of the megaliths, likely carried out by a civilization far older than previously thought. Interestingly, these advanced techniques were not utilized in later constructions, indicating that this architectural knowledge was eventually lost over time. Many mysteries continue to surround this palace. Who built it originally? When was it constructed? And for what purpose? As of now, these questions remain without definitive answers.
Hidden deep within the Ecuadorian Amazonian jungle, a group of explorers and researchers made a significant find when they stumbled upon an ancient pyramid complex. This remarkable discovery had remained unknown internationally as well as within the country. Bruce Fenton, one of the researchers, speculates that this complex could potentially be the fabled Lost City of the Giants. The name is derived from the discovery of unusually large tools in the vicinity and the existence of local legends recounting a race of giant humans who once resided in that very area. Ecuador, a country situated in the northwest region of South America, captivates visitors with its diverse natural wonders and rich cultural heritage. Nestled between Colombia and Peru, Ecuador boasts an incredible variety of landscapes, from the lush Amazon rainforest to the majestic peaks of the Andes Mountains and the breathtaking islands of the Galapagos archipelago. Known for its abundance of biodiversity, this geographically compact nation takes its name from its location on the equator. Within its borders, it is home to a remarkable variety of plant and animal life, showcasing an impressive range of flora and fauna. Ecuador's vibrant culture reflects a blend of indigenous traditions, Spanish colonial influences, and modern cosmopolitan flair. Its cities, such as Quito and Guayaquil, showcase historical architecture, bustling markets, and a vibrant arts scene. The mainland of Ecuador can be categorized into three distinct physical regions: the Costa or coastal region, the Sierra or highland region, and the Oriente or eastern region. Even prior to any explorations conducted in this country, tales and myths about the presence of giants in the area had already emerged. These captivating stories depict the existence of ancient cities built by giants long before regular humans settled in the region. Transmitted through oral tradition from one generation to another, these legends have endured throughout time, resonating within the folklore of the Amazonian tribes. These accounts describe enormous pyramids and structures crafted from massive stones weighing tons, evoking a sense of awe due to their grandeur and size. According to these narratives, the cities of the giants were once flourishing civilizations that preceded the current tribes and their ancestors. As time passed, The local tribes utilized these sites for their ceremonial gatherings, as they believed these locations were inhabited by powerful spirits and forces, deterring others from venturing near them. The stories portrayed giants as magnificent beings towering over ordinary humans in terms of size. The artifacts they left behind were of such immense proportions that handling them would prove challenging for average individuals. These colossal tools, combined with other archaeological findings, indicate the existence of an incredibly advanced civilization, possessing extensive technology and knowledge far surpassing that of contemporary tribes in the region. It is precisely these enchanting legends, passed down through generations, that ignite the aspirations of a team of explorers, compelling them to embark on a demanding expedition through the unexplored depths of the Amazon jungle. Their unwavering quest is driven by the desire to uncover the legendary lost city of the giants. Could it be that this vast expanse of the Amazon jungle once served as a realm for ancient giants long before human presence graced this corner of the world? In 2012, an extraordinary finding emerged, lending credibility to the narratives shared by indigenous tribes. Deep within the secluded reaches of the Ecuadorian Amazon jungle, researchers stumbled upon an astonishing array of megalithic structures. Notably, a colossal pyramid stood out, soaring 80 meters in height and stretching across 80 meters in width. Crafted from a multitude of substantial and irregularly shaped stones, each weighing around 2 tons, the pyramid exuded an awe-inspiring magnificence. Crowning its summit was a level expanse, likely utilized as a sacred platform for ceremonies or sacrifices. French-American archaeologist Benoit Duverneuil described the intriguing site as resembling a paved wall or an ancient street, possibly even a vast structure's roof, characterized by a remarkable 60-degree angle. Numerous stones showcased impeccable alignment, sharp edges, and an appearance suggestive of human craftsmanship. There are still numerous sizable mounds awaiting excavation, and despite being concealed by mud and plant growth, their form indicates the presence of buried pyramids. This implies that the city encompasses more than a solitary pyramid. It actually harbors an entire complex of pyramids. Historical knowledge has shown that such complexes typically revolve around a central pyramid, often housing the remains of a revered leader. Nonetheless, the awe-inspiring revelations at the giant city extended beyond the structures themselves. According to archaeologists, the most significant findings unearthed at the site were the remarkable manufactured tools that had endured the test of time, seamlessly blending with the surrounding natural environment. Their colossal size and unconventional characteristics added an extraordinary dimension to the archaeological exploration. Among them, a significant number take the form of stone tools, with several exhibiting extraordinary size and weight that would have posed challenges for an average-sized human to wield effectively for practical purposes. While researchers propose that these tools may have been employed for metalworking, their precise function remains elusive. According to one of the researchers, the tools observed provide compelling evidence that the individuals who utilized them belong to the same lineage as the giants. Notably, they came across remarkably oversized hammers, or at the very least, stone hammerheads. Assuming these hammerheads were affixed to hardwood handles, they would have yielded exceptionally large and weighty implements. Consequently, the practical utilization of such tools by individuals of average Inca or Native American stature, who are typically of smaller build, becomes highly improbable. Additionally, the team stumbled upon a cement-like substance used to bind the massive stones together. This finding suggests that this could be an early instance of concrete usage in the Americas. Collectively, these discoveries indicate that the builders of this ancient city possessed engineering knowledge far beyond their time. Based on the significant size of these tools, researchers have developed a hypothesis suggesting that this might be one of the fabled lost cities of the giants, renowned in local Ecuadorian folklore surrounding the Amazonian region. Such mysterious sites evoke profound fear among the indigenous population of Ecuador, believed to be safeguarded either by spirit guardians or extraterrestrial entities. Remarkably, the discovery of giant human remains in caves within the vicinity, as well as other regions of Ecuador, lends further credence to these tales. Furthermore, the researchers uncovered several large stones featuring perfectly cut circular holes in their centers. It becomes evident that the magnitude of this finding surpasses initial expectations. According to the explorers, this remarkable find holds the potential to unravel numerous mysteries of South America and may even lead to the discovery of one of the world's most coveted treasures. There's an alternative theory regarding the presence of these structures. Some researchers speculate that the site could potentially be the resting place of Atahualpa, the last Inca emperor, who is believed to have been buried alongside a vast fortune in gold. This king engaged in a conflict with his half-brother Huáscar over control of the empire. Eventually, he was apprehended at his palace in Cajamarca, located in present-day Peru, by the Spanish commander Francisco Pizarro. Initially, Pizarro agreed to release Atahualpa in exchange for a chamber filled with gold. However, the Spanish conquistador ultimately broke his promise. He ordered the execution of the Inca king before the final and largest portion of the ransom could be delivered. According to the tale, instead of receiving the gold, it was concealed in a hidden mountain cave. And so, the legend persists, challenging others to validate its existence. The quest for the tomb and its accompanying wealth has become an iconic historical pursuit, captivating the imaginations of countless individuals and fueling numerous expeditions that, thus far, have yielded no success. However, Fenton posits that the site likely predates the Inca civilization and may have belonged to an unknown pre-Inca culture. His conviction stems from the discovery of 30 tools in the vicinity and the observed erosion on the large stone blocks. The investigation of the site is immensely challenging due to perilous conditions. The nearest town is roughly 8 hours away, nestled within dense and mountainous jungle, with a treacherous route fraught with risks, including the presence of killer bees resulting from a failed experiment in the 1950s that unleashed thousands of deadly bees, causing numerous fatalities throughout North and South America. Given the immense importance of the discoveries in the area, it would be expected that the Ecuadorian government would provide strong support for the exploration efforts. These findings were even hailed as one of the most significant archaeological breakthroughs in recent memory. However, the response from official institutions has been disappointing. In 2013, the Ecuadorian Ministry of Culture sent a team to validate the findings, but despite clear evidence of human-made structures and artifacts, their official report categorized the site as a natural formation rather than an ancient archaeological site. Moreover, the mainstream media has completely ignored the discovery of megalithic structures. Nonetheless, Fenton and his team hold the conviction that the intricate arrangement of the boulders, the elaborate pattern, and the meticulous construction strongly suggest that the enigmatic lost city of giants is not a product of natural forces. Instead, they view it as one of the most compelling pieces of evidence supporting the notion that giants once roamed the earth in ancient times. The legends of giants extend beyond ancient folklore, as they find mention in the Bible as well. The Bible introduces us to these giants, referred to as the Nephilim. The Hebrew term Nephilim is occasionally translated as giants, or interpreted to mean the fallen ones. Found within the Hebrew Bible, specifically the Christian Old Testament, the Nephilim stand as a puzzling group marked by their exceptional size and strength. According to accounts, they are believed to have existed both before and after the Great Flood, as recounted in the books of Genesis and Numbers, with potential references in the book of Ezekiel. In the first book of Enoch, it is mentioned that the Nephilim were giants, aligning with the description of people of great size found in the Numbers passage. The belief is that the Nephilim's colossal stature is attributed to their supernatural lineage. Presently, over a decade since the initial expedition, there is no available information regarding subsequent research or any new discoveries made at the site. Researchers express disappointment that the site has not been thoroughly explored and documented, and the theft of many artifacts further complicates attempts to piece together the site's complete history. Allegedly, the Ecuadorian government exhibited reluctance to pursue further archaeological investigations, although they expressed a willingness to excavate the area for potential oil deposits. This controversial stance has given rise to additional questions and controversies surrounding the lost city of giants. Be it an alluring piece of fiction, an age-old myth, or a fragment of truth gradually fading into the depths of history, the mystery surrounding the ancient city of giants in Ecuador persists. What are your thoughts about this? I hope you like our story. Until the next one.